Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pat, I'm from About Languages, and I am here to help you achieve your dream of really speaking a foreign language. In today's video, it's going to be a short one and it's going to be a bit of a story as I talk about spiritual awakening and how learning foreign languages actually kick-started my spiritual awakening, having deep realizations of who I am, and basically led me to understand that I'm not my thoughts, which is a huge revelation for most people. Now, this started when I really began to get French, and by that I mean I was thinking in French, I was dreaming in French, I was saying things without having to translate them. You know, normally when beginner language learners start off, they start from translating from their native language into the foreign language. And I had the opportunity to go to France for 5 months, and I was traveling around France, speaking a lot of French, as you can imagine, and not much English. I spoke a little bit of English. Well, I spoke to my friends and family back home on the phone, and a few people here and there who wanted to practice their English. Of course, it's going to happen. But I would say 90% of the time I was speaking entirely in French. And it wasn't until after I came back to England that I had this revelation of, oh my God, well, first of all, what language am I thinking in now? I found myself back in England and I was surrounded by English-speaking people. And it took me a couple of days to get used to talking in English again. And I realised some of my default thoughts were not coming to me in English anymore. Obviously, I didn't forget how to speak English, and when the person spoke to me in English, I could speak and understand, no issues. But the first few sentences or words that would come into my mind would be in French rather than English, because French had been the dominant language for the past nearly 6 months while I was in France. And it occurred to me that how interesting. Before I thought I was choosing my thoughts, I thought that, okay, I'm thinking now in English and these thoughts are mine. They're my thoughts. I am thinking. I think, therefore I am, no? And when the thoughts started coming to me in French rather than English, I kind of did a double take, because I knew for a fact that, well, even a year previous, I didn't have that capability. I didn't think in French. I didn't have thoughts in French. They wouldn't come to me in French. They come to me in English. So I kind of realised, well, I didn't realise, but I asked myself the question, who am I? And what if, crazy thought, but what if the French character that I've created, that has now appeared and is now able to be like manifest and come through as I speak and talk and understand in French, what if the English character is just that? What if it's a persona? What if I only speak and talk and understand and think in English because that's what I was raised and conditioned with? And so I was like, oh God, well, who am I then? Which of these characters am I? Am I English? I know I'm not French. Surely I'm not French, but thoughts are coming to me in French. So yeah, that was a quick little story for you guys, about how spiritual awakening kind of kicked off from there, when I realised that I wasn't this French character inside my head, and I definitely wasn't that because I learned it, in a year. And I kind of started to think, well, am I this English character? Who is this English character then? And it started off slowly, and as I learned more languages, I learned Spanish after that, and Spanish, and then Italian, and then Portuguese, and now Malay as well. And I've kind of realised that as I'm speaking these languages, the languages aren't who I am. And what are languages other than a collection of thoughts and ideas? So if I'm not my thoughts, then who am I? You know? Who am I? Who is this experiencer experiencing these languages? So I'll leave it at that. If you've enjoyed this video, if you like this kind of content, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be sharing a lot more tips and practical things for you guys to help you learn languages. And yeah, I'll speak to you in the next video. Thank you for watching.